This absolute mess behind me is my bookshelf. I am an avid reader. I have a lot of books, as you can see, and I'm not very good at organizing them. But I found this little tag that is a bookshelf tour that's kind of like a book blog thing that people were writing about, but I wanted to make a book video about it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna answer the questions. Also, sorry if you hear a lot of weird noises. My neighbors are having their roof redone and it's really annoying and distracting. First question. How many bookshelves do you have? I have this one and I have another smaller one over there that I just recently started using. I used to keep all of my books on this shelf and then I ran out of space. Like there's no room left on it, as you can see by the mess, just putting books anywhere. So I have this one, I have a small one over there, and I'm hoping that when I move out I can get a big bookshelf because I will be combining book collections with my roommate, and that is going to be a lot of books. How many books are on your bookshelves? That is a good question, and I have absolutely no idea. I have never bothered. I'm trying to film. Can you stop getting murdered? I have never bothered to actually count the books on my bookshelf. It's just never something that's occurred to me. But I think if I had to make like an educated guess, my best guess would be about 150 maybe? It's probably a little bit less than that, but like 150 at most, I think. How do you organize your books? My books are currently organized by author, alphabetically by last name, except for a couple of books where I left them on the bottom shelf because they were really big series that I didn't want to like interrupt the flow of the bookshelf by having a like 14 book series on my shelf somewhere. I also have on my smaller bookshelf 2 different shelves, one dedicated to the Harry Potter books and one dedicated to Cassandra Clare books. But the rest of my books are alphabetical by author. They used to, however, be organized by height, which took me forever every time I got a new book to rearrange my entire bookshelf to figure out where they'd go by height. What was I thinking? What is the oldest book on your shelf? Now, this could go one of 2 ways. It could go the book I've had the longest, or the oldest book as in publication date. If I were to say the book I've had the longest, it would be this copy of The Secret Garden. It's battered and old. It was my cousin's before it was mine. My cousin is 34, I think, and she had this when she was a kid. So this is up there in years. If we were to go oldest by publication date though, I think I own a couple of classics like The Great Gatsby or some Shakespeare. I own Othello because we had to read that for school. So maybe one of those. Les Mis is pretty old. Le Fantôme de l'Opéra is pretty old. I've read Jane Austen books, but I don't own any, so I can't say any Jane Austen. Anne of Green Gables is also decently old, isn't it? I honestly don't know what the answer is. What is the newest book on your shelf? Again, this could go by either publication date or how long I've owned them. And if it were to be newest by how long I've owned them, it would be Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe. I have a lot of thoughts about this book that I'm not going to talk about now because they're involved in a different video that I just haven't finished filming yet. This is the most recent book purchase that I've made. But again, if we were to go by publication date, I think the most recent publication I have is... it's probably something Cassandra Clare, because she puts out a new book like every month. At this point, I swear to God, she puts out so many books. What is the longest book on your shelf? See, this I actually do know, because I had a recent conversation with my friends about this. The answer is Les Miserables. Where is it? It's there. I don't want to get it. That book is like over 1,000 pages long, I think. A good chunk of it is in French. It was just a nightmare to read, but it's also a very good book. I distinctly remember being in 9th grade and bringing it with me to school because I was reading it, and all of the kids in my class that thought like books were for losers were like, oh my god, like how the fuck are you gonna read that? It's so long, what are you doing? And then I finished it in 2 days and nobody believed me. Just because you're illiterate doesn't mean the rest of us are. What is the shortest book on your shelf? 1 second. I had to go get it because it was on my other shelf. The shortest book I own is this Learn to Read Care Bears book. It comes with stickers. Guys, how am I not supposed to be excited about this? I got this book in 9th grade from my friend Natasha as a Christmas present. She got me a level 3 reader because a level 1 or 2 was just too low. It's cute. I love it. I've read it too. I've read it a couple of times because it's cute. I do need to do something with the stickers on the inside though. Look at these things. They're so cute. What is the predominant genre on your shelf? I think it is probably either a fantasy or YA contemporary. I read a healthy mix of everything, I think. I have like a bunch of different genres on my shelf, but I think the predominant genre is probably fantasy just because I really like fantasy and I own a lot of Cassandra Clare books. Have you done a bookshelf tour? No, actually, this is the first bookshelf tour I've ever done. Like in any capacity too, I've never really shown people my bookshelf, mainly because it's always a mess. Do you have any merchandise or decorations on your shelf? Yes. Yes, I do. My shelves are just a mix of literally everything. I put whatever the fuck I want on my shelves and no one can stop me. So here's a little run through of some of the things that I have on my shelves.
Oh my god! Wow!
That's it. This is just a short little video. I just wanted to film a little bookshelf tour because I thought that might be fun. I need to film more bookish content on this channel because I do really like being a part of BookTube. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you want to see more like this in the future, leave a like, subscribe, let me know. I just want to know what you guys want to see because I want to make content that I know you guys are going to like. Tell me what the oldest book on your bookshelf is. I want to know. Leave it in the comments. Whether it be the oldest book as in publication date or the oldest book as in the oldest one that you own. Sorry this was so short. It was just a little video because I wanted to film something for this week, but I really didn't know what to film. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.